Okay, welcome back. SNS Pigskin Picks in the house. Week 9 NFL Sunday recap. What a crazy week, Jer. What is going on your end of things?
Oh man, loving to see my Eagles squeak out of there with a win. Doug Peterson's
Yeah, there's some
revenge was
crazy
not.
plays in that game.
So that was good. Our combative pick there. Oh man, so close. Crazy. 5
Yeah, it was
points
extra
after,
points it came down to, but yeah, it's a sharp spread, man. Really sharp spread. A couple of extra points, but that's football, right? It just
crazy.
just happens, and then yeah, exactly. But good game nonetheless. So let's take a look at the morning games here, and we'll start it off with probably the least glamorous game on the schedule. It was Tennessee 20, New England 17 in overtime. Drake May crazy touchdown throw while getting tackled, and he sent it to overtime, and then Tennessee wins it. Tennessee obviously needed that victory pretty bad, and it was pretty entertaining, I thought, for two crap teams going together. I don't know what you thought of the game.
I just find it interesting that New England's so selective on who they play good against. Like, they beat down the Cincinnati Bengals, which, they're not as good this year, but they got a great offense, and they decide to beat up on the Jets, which again is not a great team, but they seem like they're a team on the rise. And they just walk over those teams, and then they lose to these. They beat the teams they shouldn't and lose to all the teams that they should maybe beat. So,
yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yeah,
New England plus 10 on a teaser. So I wasn't worrying there.
I think they'll either play up to their competition or they'll play down to their competition. And like Tennessee's obviously not an offensive juggernaut, right? So they can hang with them, and like it was anyone's ball game there at the end. So, but Tennessee takes it. I believe that's their second win of the year. Or is it? Yeah, I believe so. I didn't double check that one. Let's move along to the LA Chargers going into Cleveland to face famous Jameis, and this was not close. 27-10. The old Jameis popped his head up, and big plays by Quentin Johnson. He had a couple of big chunk plays there.
Yeah, Cleveland. Oh man, they're just 1 week to the next. That was a divisional game last week, and they take down Baltimore. And it just seems Baltimore is just losing to these horrible teams this year, to Las Vegas, to Cleveland, or where Kansas City is not a horrible team, but it's like, come on, you got. And then when they do win, they just roll over the teams that they lose. It's just. I know I'm getting off topic here, but Cleveland's a dumpster fire. Too many more games.
You never know. It's all matchups, but I mean, the Chargers, this is one of those games where they got those big splash plays and their defense showed up, and then Jameis, gave them a couple of freebies, and yeah, man, Cleveland, Amari Cooper's absence is started to show there, and Nick Chubb couldn't get it going. He was getting stymied. So impressive win for the Chargers. I believe they'll be a playoff team in the AFC. Cleveland, probably looking for a new QB, I would think, in the draft. So let's move along to a thrilling game, believe it or not, a divisional matchup. Carolina 23, New Orleans 22. Somewhat revenge for that dumping that Carolina took in week 1, was it? When everyone was taking Carolina plus the points and the new
week 2,
everything. And
Carolina's going to get a couple here and there.
Yeah, that was week 1. That was,
I don't see them. I don't see them beating any other teams besides divisional teams. I think you brought that up in another episode too.
Right.
It seems like these teams that aren't going to get too many wins probably be divisional when they do. So,
well, I mean, if they got New England on their schedule, I think they have a chance, right? But nonetheless, Bryce Young led an impressive comeback there at the end. Derek Carr was back for New Orleans, but they lost keep forgetting his name, from Ohio State, their star receiver.
Olave.
He was concussed and taken. Yeah, Chris Olave. He was taken off on a stretcher, which is sad to see. And Carolina showed a little bit of heart. Obviously, they're not trying to win too many games because, there's a little pot at the end of the rainbow for them at the end of the year. But believe it or not, they're tied with New Orleans now for third in the division at 2-7. This is the 7th straight loss for your Saints and my Saints. So,
wow,
it's one of those years, I guess. Yeah, this was a nice, thrilling divisional game as well. Buffalo 30 shootout with Miami 27. Man, there was like 40 points in the second half there. It was just like ping pong, and Miami showed some life. They were running the ball well.
And you
Ray
did
Davis,
tell me,
man, that
like,
guy just...
what's with all these divisional games you're taking? You said to me, and and I'm sitting here, I shouldn't be surprised that it was a close game. Like, I knew Buffalo was going to come out with the win. Yeah, but yeah, surprising. Miami showed a bit of life at the end there. And,
it was another. I wanted your opinion. I mean, Buffalo, another slow start for them. They only had 6 points in the first half. They had a slow start against Arizona, and they had a slow start against, I think it was Tennessee or some other teams. Like, just some inauspicious slow starts, and then like the second half comes on, and they just go, okay, balls to the walls, right? And I mean, you're winning, but really, you should be
just a master at reading the other team and seeing what's going on, and then going in at the half and going, okay, guys, this is what they're doing. Put it up on the big screen. Okay, yeah, see this? No, this is what they're doing. Like, this is how we're going to score the point, and then they just come out and execute.
Right. Yeah, I'm thinking bet Buffalo blindly in the third quarter every single game. Doesn't matter who they're playing, what the spread is. You just bet them in the third quarter because they kill people, right? Like, they won the third quarter today, like 21 to something, and they move along. Miami, valiant effort, but it's an L. Atlanta 26, Dallas 21. Prescott gets hurt. Dallas gets a backdoor cover for my teaser, and Atlanta. This was a lot. This was a beatdown. This was not as close as the score showed. Bijan Robinson did
for most of it, and our underdog moneyline picks. Oh, they suffered this week. Both of us.
They were. Yeah. Well, I was hoping for like more garbage time from Dallas, but man, they're the kings of garbage time. I don't know what it is, but they just keep. They if they're going to lose, they're going to lose somewhat respectably, unless they're facing New Orleans or a Baltimore or team like that. But impressive by Atlanta. I was expecting more from Dallas, but man, they just
not this year.
3-5.
It's not happening.
It's not happening, and they have that really shitty rushing game. And like, finally, the GM owners finally coming out and saying, maybe we need an upgrade, right? Dalvin Cook isn't the answer. Just taking a quick peek. Next week, the Cowboys are hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles look ahead in line is -6 right now. I mean, I know Dallas is horrible, but I kind of like that +6. But you know me, I like my divisional.
And Dallas is really, they gotta win lots of games.
I don't know, but it's a lot of points. It is a lot of points. Speaking of a lot of points, Baltimore 41 bulldozes Denver 10. This was a big spread for a reason. It was 9.5. And I was leaning Baltimore. I just, I respected Denver, and then boom, man. This was just avalanche.
Denver's defense has been playing great. Baltimore just beats up on these teams that should be close, and then they lose to Las Vegas. And
they were big favorites in both those games, right? They were 9-point favorites against Cleveland and 9.5 against Vegas, right? So
didn't they
maybe
beat
they get
Buffalo
up
too? 31-10 or something, 34-10 as well.
Yeah, I think that was week 3. Yeah, they did.
I've been ready for the playoffs. What team's going to show up though when they, if they get the bye? And
that's That's the ultimate question, bro, because they dominate the regular season traditionally, and Derrick Henry just stomps and just rolls downhill. And man, ever since week 3, he's been the MVP of the league. And Denver's are 5-4. I think they're in a pretty decent spot, but it is what it is with them. Let's take a look at the next game. Cincy 41, Vegas 24. Cincy 5 touchdowns by Jolton Joe Burrow, and the rookie Chase Brown, very impressive. I like what I saw, but it is Vegas, so I don't know what your thoughts were on this game.
Yeah, I love Chase Brown. His brother's on the Eagles. Family. I'll cheer for him.
Oh yeah,
I'd love to see Burrow.
Okay.
Break the record. I'm sure no one's lost their first. What was it? 4 games and then made the playoffs. So I'd love to see that happen somehow. And
yeah, man, they're creeping, right?
To tank for Shador.
The only problem with Cincy is that they have Baltimore. Cincy has Baltimore next week, but it's on Thursday night, so divisional game. They're getting 6 points, I believe. So
wasn't that a barn burner last time? Was it like 33?
Yeah,
or 40 something?
Yeah, Cincy gave it away. Remember?
Can't wait.
We were
for
up
that
10
one.
with like 5 minutes to go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well. That's Thursday night. This one was another divisional matchup. 27 for Washington, New York Giants. 22, a little too late for the Giants. Daniel Jones looked okay, but they fall behind and they just claw, and it's ugly. But Washington did what they had to do. Dominant on the ground. I believe Brian Robinson Jr. was out for them, and they just did their thing. Only, I think, 6 points in the second half for Washington. But other than that, they're 7-2, first time since we were in high school, 1996. Wow. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, like the old, what was that? Mark Rippon days, I guess. I don't know.
Wow.
Remember him? Canadian quarterback. Yeah, Art Monk, those guys. Yeah. So, this was, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Well, I'm talking Washington because I remember they had Art Monk and they had Mark Rippon. Yeah, so I was like, it's like the first time since then they're being competitive. So, Giants missed some extra points and they lose. And this one was a thrilling game. It was 22-0 for Philadelphia at one point. I had a Jacksonville ticket and I was ready to rip it up and thinking, okay, well, this one's over. But man, I don't know, man. This coach, he just does some weird things. He goes for it when he shouldn't. They could have been up like 25-0 or whatever, and they just let Jacksonville in it. And Jacksonville could have won that game. You know what I mean? They were driving at the end, and Nakobe Dean, nice interception, but
in many ways, that's Doug Peterson's house. So, yeah, I'm not surprised they kept it close, but Eagles keep rolling, liking what I'm seeing, and I'm looking forward to a late season clash with Washington for the division.
Yeah, we haven't played them at all yet, so that's 2 big swing games. Believe it or not, Jacksonville's covered 3 games in a row now, so sneaking up, but racking up L's, so they'll get another high draft pick. This game here was annihilation. Arizona 29, Chicago 9. Kyler Murray just balled out. Trey McBride, James Conner. Arizona's in first place by themselves.
Right? A lot of rushing touchdowns. Not too much passing in this
Arizona's
game.
In first place by themselves now.
And you did say a couple of episodes ago, you think you like Arizona. All these teams are tied, and you think you like Arizona. And I was saying, the only team I don't like is Seattle. And I don't know if they won in overtime yet or not. But
no, Rams won 26-20. So congratulations on one of your mineral picks.
Silver pick, baby. 2-1. Yeah. So we're each 2-1 this week. A little recovery from last week, the 1 and 2.
Well, yeah, we were 2-4 last week, so that was our only losing week we've had in 9 weeks now, right? So it was good to get back on track. Chicago, man, I don't know what happened. They just looked horrible. So their offense, it's just boom or
You're gonna have
bust.
games like that.
Um,
Arizona's on the rise. Their defense is just looking better and better every week. Jonathan Gannon's finally pulling it together on his side of the ball. What's supposed to be his side. So
Right.
let's see. I'm loving Kyler Murray and everyone on that team. I wish them the best.
Arizona hosts your least favorite team, the New York Jets. I believe they're 2.5-point favorite. So if you like Zona, jump on them now. Yeah, that line will move, I'm pretty sure. Let's take a look at the next game. This was also a pretty much one-sided game. Detroit 24, Green Bay 14. Jordan Love looked a little banged up again. He was hobbling. And Detroit's rushing attack is just dominant as can be. Kind of a stupid interception by Jordan Love there at the end of the first half. Pretty much sealed it. But man, Detroit next week, they're in Houston, I believe, on Sunday night, laying 5. Can this team be stopped here?
Man, yeah, it's like every week they seem to get better, and this score did not reflect at all. It wasn't close at all. Green Bay got some garbage time points, and Detroit's defense has really the most improved part of the team. Like the offense can roll at any point, but the defense did give some big points up. But yeah, they're just looking great. In the driver's seat for the NFC, 100%.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can keep it together in the playoffs.
Well, like it's between them and Washington right now. Washington only has 2 losses, and Detroit, besides that little hiccup against Tampa, they've been dominant, right? Like it's almost, if you take that game off the map, like I mean, them and Baltimore are just steamrolling teams. So big divisional game there, and Detroit sneaks ahead and pretty much locks up the division. Rams 26, Seahawks 20. The final just came in overtime. I don't know who got the touchdown, but this was one of your mineral
Silver pick, baby. Loving it.
I had the Seahawks teased up with the Cowgirls, so I cashed my 2-leg teaser. So I'm happy.
Awesome.
But good job for you. We're 4-2, and what are we? So we'll be like 33-20. So 13 games over 500, y'all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we would love a like and a subscribe from all the viewers out there who are loyal, been there since day one, and who are just coming along for the ride. Welcome aboard. We got lots more picks, and we have a Sunday night recap coming up, along with Monday night recap, and then our pick show on Wednesday. So any other final thoughts for you, Jer, as we wrap up?
Nope. Just can't wait for this Thursday night clash. It's going to be something else. Looking all the way ahead of the Monday night game and the Sunday night game. Can't wait for that one.
I'm not too pumped for the Sunday night game, but I do have Colts plus 6.5 in a 3-leg parlay. And if they cash, I get $10 to win 50. So
yeah, I got a 7-legger.
Let's see Minnesota.
And, 5 legs are already completed. I need Minnesota just win, baby, and Kansas City just win, baby, to turn, I believe it was $10 into 150. So yeah.
What's the cash out option? You're probably offering you a decent offer, I'm sure.
I'm not sure. I haven't checked that out yet, but yeah, no, I'm I want to check that out and see.
Take a look.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, this is a fun recap here. We will sign off and catch everybody on the next time here on SNS Pigskin.
At 8:30.
Later. 8:30.